Hey, we are rolling bones in, and this is Dash.
And this is Dunn. And today we are going to do a how to play Munchkin Dungeon.
Something we've talked about for a little while, and looking forward to it. All right, step 1, place the dungeon board. Step 2 is choose the boss. Dash has chosen the Plutonium Dragon. Go ahead and place your boss in the boss room on your board and place the miniature. Okay. Steps 3 and 4 we're going to do together. First thing you want to do is separate your rooms by level, and also separate the monster cards, which have that happy little monster poster on the door. So separate those from your empty rooms. The level 1 has no monsters. Then you're going to want to place each card, after you shuffle the cards down here, you're going to want to place each card in empty rooms on the empty room space, which have nothing printed on there. And then the other rooms that have monsters have the monster poster there, and you'll place monster cards there. Okay, once you place all of your cards on the board, drawn and placed in their appropriate places, then you take your miniatures for the monsters that were drawn and place those on the board as well. And you can tell that each monster is different in its own regard. You've got the leprechaun, the mall rat. By the way, these monsters can move during the game. You just keep using the same rules printed on their card, which stays in the room with them, or not with them, but stays in the room, and the monster can move around.
The insurance salesman.
We've got the hippogriff,
The cyclops.
and the floating nose.
And then the one we already showed, the Plutonium Dragon.
Yes. Steps 5 and 6, you're going to find the Super Munchkins and set them aside because they may be used during the game. Then you're going to want to shuffle the loot cards and place 4 cards here in these slots. And these will be the cards up for grabs when somebody gets loot. Next, you're going to want to shuffle your threat cards. And each threat card does different things. This one, for instance, costs 1 threat. And it allows a player to summon a lame goblin against his opponent or her opponent. All right, next you're going to separate your tokens. You've got potion tokens, you've got wound tokens, shame tokens, threat tokens, and coins. Next, each player needs to set up their play area.
I've chosen the wizard because, that's the best.
He's also chosen yellow.
Because I'm Uncle Dash Pants. Uncle Dash Paints.
Each player will then get a single coin and a potion. Take a matching star that's got the same color as your base that you've chosen. And then take this square diamond thingy. If you look close, it'll say LVL on it. And it is your level marker. So place your level marker on the level 1 spot on your character sheet. Keep these near your character. Place your miniature in the colored base. And then go to the dungeon entrance. Then you're going to take your colored star and place it on the 0 spot on the Fame-O-Meter. Okay, we're going to talk about the anatomy of a card and how this works. With the wizard, for instance, if you roll a lightning bolt on one of your dice, when you're rolling dice, you can deal a damage to all monsters in the room. You'll often find yourself fighting more than one monster, so that can be very useful if you're fighting multiple monsters, or even just one. The next ability you have is for a lightning bolt, you can make the monster player roll 1 less die. Now, you can only use each ability once, unless, of course, it shows on your ability. For instance, with this Gentleman's Club, you can use it twice. So if you rolled 2 lightning bolts, and you wanted to use each lightning bolt, you'd be able to change those lightning bolts into damage, which could then kill the monster. Okay, moving on, there's an armor slot, and armor does different abilities for you as well. So we have the chicken breastplate here. For a lightning bolt, you can add a shield to each for each different chicken loot you have. So there are different chicken based items in the game, and if you just have them, that stacks together for you. It's really pretty powerful. Okay, next, if we go over here and look at the level 1 for the wizard, you can see that the wizard in combat rolls 3 dice. So he would roll all 3 of these in a potential combat, and he has 3 life. If he spent 2 gold, he could level up to level 2 and get a 4th die. If he spent 2 more gold, he'd level up to level 3. You can do more than 1 level in a single turn, by the way. So let's say that Dash had made 4 gold. He could level up to level 3 and have a reroll, 4 life, and 4 dice. So each turn consists of 4 steps. 1 step you can repeat as many times as you want. That is the first step, which is kick open the door. So every time you kick open a door, you'd be able to claim the reward for kicking open the door, which in the case of this farm via is 1 gold. You'd also generate 2 threat as you entered that room, which you would then place 2 threat tokens on the board when that room was entered. Take your gold, and you could either voluntarily stop, or you could move on to another room. Now you're forced to stop if you encounter a wandering monster or another player on the board. Until then, you keep moving or decide where you want to stop.
While you're moving, you have to follow these pathways. So you can't normally move room to room or move back up the pathways without special instructions.
Yes. We're going to let Dash take a turn, and we'll go through that and how it works.
Okay. I am going to kick over I'm going to kick open the door to the Brawling Tavern, which the rewards are, it's an empty room, so I get 0 gold, and when I enter this room, I gain 1 potion.
So 1 potion there, and he would generate 2 threat. Now, neither of us have threat cards in our hands, so the threat right now is pretty meaningless.
Then I'm going to move down to the Honest Al's Casino and kick open the door there. I get 0 gold, but when I enter this room, I roll 4 dice and gain 1 gold for each lightning bolt that I roll. So I'm going to roll here. And I got 2 lightning bolts, so I get 2 gold.
2 gold to you. And that's 2 more threat.
Then I can either come down to this empty room or come to the insurance salesman, and I'm feeling a little tough, so I'm going to fight the insurance salesman, which gives me 1 gold. And then when I'm fighting this monster, I can't use my hero ability, so I can't use my Thunderstorm or my Confusion. But I use 3 dice when I'm fighting, so I will take 3 dice and fight this monster. So,
you rolled 3 damage and a shield. Now the monster's also going to roll. And I don't need to worry too much about Dash using any special abilities, as he can't use those, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll and see what I get. So I got 2 damage and a lightning bolt. By the way, you are required by rules to hate the player to your left, because that player will be the one rolling the dice for your monsters.
It's not very hard for us.
No. So, the insurance salesman rolled 2 damage and a lightning bolt. He can do nothing with the lightning bolt, so that means nothing. But Dash will block 1 of those, and he will take a single wound from the insurance salesman. But he will also kill the insurance salesman, as he dealt enough damage, which the insurance salesman only has a health of 2. So the insurance salesman will then go to the monster graveyard, and then Dash will get the reward for killing the insurance salesman. So that is actually, he's going to go up to 2 fame. That's what he gets. Then he's also going to get the reward for clearing the room. He's going to get 2 fame, and he can choose a single loot from this here. So 2 more fame.
I'm going to take the shield because I feel like I need some defense.
Okay. You can now spend gold to level up.
All right. Well, I want to spend all 4 of my gold to level up to level 3.
Okay. So now he gets an extra die to roll in combat, an extra reroll, which he didn't have any before, and he gets an extra life. So he now has 3 life again. Play passes clockwise to the next player, and that would be me. So I'm actually going to go this way. I want to go to the farm via. You're going to need to draw up to 4 cards to finish your turn as well.
4 from here?
Yep,
from the threat cards?
Yep.
Okay. Like up to 4, like to get my hand back up to 4
Yeah.
if I had cards. Okay.
Yep. If you have fewer than 4 cards at the end of your turn, you draw back up to 4.
Just because I have some questions on this, so can you tell us what different things mean on these cards?
Yeah. So here we have the Flying Frogs, which would be a card you have in your hand. If you had it, you would be able to spend 1 threat to summon the frogs. Okay. So he's got his 4 cards. I'm going to go to the farm via. It'll generate 2 threat. It will give me 1 gold, and I'm actually going to stop there. So now Dash has a chance because there's both threat in the threat pool and threat cards in his hand. He can now do the getting in trouble step.
I am not going to play any threat.
Okay. So now I get to clear the room. And clearing the room in this case, because there are no monsters, I don't have to roll any dice. And I actually get the reward printed here for clearing the room, which is 2 fame and 2 items. So now I get to choose 2 of these. I'm going to go for the bow with ribbons and the combo plate. And at the end of my turn, I'm going to get 4 threat cards.
I am going to move down and kick open the Unholy Palace door. It's an empty room. I get 1 gold.
I should have cleared these off from my turn, but since he just generated 3, I'm going to add 1.
So 1 gold.
1 gold.
And then I also gain +1 for each monster you defeat in this room.
+1 potion.
Now I'm stopping there.
So I'm going to play 1 card at a time. I'm going to start with the potted plant, which I will summon to him for 0 threat. And then I will spend 3 threat to summon the hydrant, and he will have to fight both monsters.
Okay. And I will make the monster player roll 1 fewer dice. And I can use my reroll later, correct? After I see what you roll?
Yes.
Okay. Then
yes.
I'm going to stay there and see how you do.
Okay. So the hydrant gets 2, but he's going to roll 1 fewer, so I'm just going to count that as 1. Then the potted plant gets 0. The hydrant has a special ability, which I'm going to need to roll the dice for to see if it works. I rolled a single damage, which you could block with your shield unless you re-roll it.
And I'm trying to decide. Oh, yeah, actually. So if I don't kill this, what happens?
It goes away.
Then, yeah, I just want to kill that.
Okay.
Put my 2 damage on that.
Okay. So these would both be discarded because that ends the encounter.
We've advanced through the game a turn or 2, and I have leveled up to level 5. So now I am rolling 5 dice, and I have 1 reroll. I've moved down to here. We've killed more monsters, and I am getting ready to go down and face the boss. I move down here and kick open the door to
find the boss. Now the boss has 3 cards, and he gets progressively stronger each time. And there are 2 ways to end the game. First way, Then the most common way is going to be to reach the end of the fameometer and somebody getting 20 or more fame. The second way, far less common and good luck doing it, is to kill the third level of the boss, which will then also end the game. Okay, so you are now in a fight with the boss. Win or lose against the boss, you're going to go back to the beginning of the dungeon.
But if I lose, I get shame.
If you die, you get shame.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm going to keep my shields then.
Okay. All right. I'm going to roll. We don't have enough dice
That's
to
fine.
keep that, so you've got
I've
four
got
shields.
4 shields.
Okay, I'm going to roll 3 dice for the boss. The boss gets a lightning bolt, so that's going to be 5 total damage from the boss.
I'm going to take a damage.
Okay. So here is your damage.
I only have 2 health left because I've leveled... No, I only have 1 health left because I've leveled up.
Yep.
Okay.
But you're still alive. You go up here, and boss stays at level 1. Pluton.
We have finished the game because I have reached level 20 on the fameometer.
Yes. The threat pool we don't need anymore.
So now we will go through and add up each of our fame and deduct our shame and see who the winner.
Yes.
Truly is.
See who the winner is. So I've become a super munchkin, and we'll add up all my fame I've got here. So I've got 12 on the fameometer. I'm going to add this fame here. So I've got 14 from leveling up. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Then these are worth 1 for each different colored meeple I have in my play area, so they're worth 2 each, so that puts me at 23. 24 total fame.
And minus your shame.
Minus my shame, so that puts me at 22. Okay, over here we have Dash, who has 20 on the fameometer. So 20 plus 2, so 22. 3 more, so 25. 27, 29, 30, 31, minus 1, so 30. And it looks like Dash is the clear winner.
We hope you enjoyed our how to play Munchkin tutorial.
Thanks for watching, and if you have any videos for other games that you want us to review or play, do how-to videos, let us know in the comments below. We learned a lot of what we want to do for this one, so we know this is imperfect, and looking forward to doing better videos.
See you next time.